AITA for taking my daughter's phone away? I have a daughter who recently turned 11. She has a different dad from the rest of my children. Whenever one of my kids turns 12, I buy them their first phone, which is usually a cheap phone. Because I don't think a kid needs an expensive phone. She has been complaining recently and asking me to buy her a phone because all her friends have one. I told her she has to wait like her siblings did. So imagine my surprise when today she came home from her dad's and had a phone with her, and not just a cheap phone. I don't know much about phones, but it looked expensive. I was furious, so I took her phone away and told her she is not getting it back until she turns 12. She started to cry and called her dad, who called me an asshole for taking the phone away. I told him he had no right to buy that for her and she should have got a cheap phone at her 12th birthday like the rest of her siblings. Was there any agreement between you and her father about him not buying her a phone? YTA. He, the dad, has every right to buy his daughter a phone. You can limit her usage while she is at your place, but you have no right to take it away from her, and you don't get to dictate what her dad chooses to buy her. YTA. Why can you make a decision about the kid, but her father can't? Yep. YTA. Dad can choose to buy her a phone with his dollar. How he spends his dollar isn't your business anymore. Did it occur to you that dad did this so he can have more contact with daughter? They can text and do other stuff. Why not work with him to put tracking and monitoring, parental controls on that phone to make sure she isn't looking at things she should nt, and make sure she isn't being bullied by friends, or groomed by strangers online? Why can't her dad have his own rules and buy her a nice phone? Are you envious? YTA. YTA. Her dad can buy her a gift. You're punishing her because you're embarrassed that you can't provide the same level of tech to your other children. That's a you problem. Her dad had every right to buy her a phone because imagine this, he's her dad. YTA. YTA. Her father purchased it for her, not you, therefore it is not yours to take away until she's a year older. That's silly and not something to be furious about. I can see the father as being a slight because he didn't discuss this with you beforehand. Perhaps he wanted her to be able to reach him easier, or have the ability to text her or send fun pictures or videos. You remind me of that lady on TikTok who was angry cause her baby daddy bought McDonald's for his kid and not her other kids, who are from different baby daddies. Dad should have talked to you. You should have talked to him. Sounds like y'all need a phone. YTA. We had a similar situation where bio mom insisted on letting SS10 at the time have a phone that could access the internet. We said no. Mom said yes. Kid kept his phone at mom's place when he was with us. You don't get to throw down unilateral rules when you're co-parenting. As much as it sucks sometimes, you just can't disregard dad entirely. Apologize to your kid and find a compromise. YTA. Each of your kids who have different dads are going to have different life experiences, and things are never going to be 100% equal. Rather than punish a child when their dad does something special for them, help your kids understand that it's okay to be happy for each other when good things happen to another of them. Info. Did you discuss this with the dad at all? YTA. This is a co-parenting issue. I understand that co-parenting can be complex. I'm a mom, bonus mom, with a complicated ex, and H has a narcissistic ex. My bonus daughter has a phone at 10. So we just have rules about that phone that work in our house. Common sense rules. No phone upstairs in her room. No social media. No phone in rooms at bedtime. Dad can look at phone, bark app, etc. My boys, 11, 8, 6, do not have phones, but are able to understand when they do get one. They will have similar rules. But just taking it away from her would have never worked. And honestly would have been what her mom was after. Alienation. Don't do that. Have boundaries. But arbitrarily taking a phone away because you're admittedly clueless about technology will only damage your relationship with your daughter. YTA for not having a co-parenting plan with your daughter's father. A plan would have made this issue unnecessary. Is there any special reason why your daughter shouldn't have the phone, other than that her siblings got a cheap phone when they were 12? Unfortunately, YTA, it's not fair on your other kids. But that's how it is. Give her the phone back. Talk to your ex like an adult in future and co-parent properly instead of reacting to his actions. Would it be okay for him to take a phone from your daughter that you gave her if he didn't agree? About 12 being an okay age? YTA. You should have talked it out as adults and figured out a solution instead of punishing your daughter. YTA. Not for taking the phone while she's at your house. You get to dictate the rules in your house and your rule is no phones until you're 12. But you are the asshole for telling your daughter's dad that he isn't allowed to buy your daughter a phone. You see, his house, his rules. Way to co-parent. YTA. Unless you have full custody, you are an AA and cannot make that decision unilaterally.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.